guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to learn how to make a very simple flower that could be a very good accessory for several of your crochet projects. So the yarn that I'm using is robin yarn. It's 100% acrylic, and I'm going to be using 2 strands of each color. So I'll be using a yellow and a white as the boundary color. So let's get started. The hook that I'll be using for this tutorial is a 3.75mm crochet hook, which is an F hook, and you're going to grab your yarn. Of course, you're going to need a pair of scissors and maybe a stitch marker if you feel like you need one, but that's optional. So let's get started. You're going to start off with a magic ring. So for a magic ring, you're going to put the tail in front of your fingers like this, and then you're going to wrap it around your 2 fingers and create an X sort of thing. So you're going to insert your hook. You can see this is the tail and this is the working yarn going to this side. So you're going to grab your hook, insert, and then pull this working yarn, and then hold here, and then remove your fingers. So you're going to chain 1. After a chain of 1, you'll have created a magic ring, and this is adjustable according to what size of the ring that you want. So you're going to make a chain of 3. The first chain of 1 doesn't count as a stitch, so the chain 3 that you have just made counts as a double crochet. So we're going to go into our magic ring with a total of 15 more double crochets to make a total of 16 double crochets, including the chain 3 as a double crochet. So you're going to yarn over, insert your hook into the magic ring, pull up a loop. You'll have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2, like that, and then repeat this. Let me show you that one more time. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop. You'll have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. That's a double crochet in the US terms. So far we have 1, which is the chain 3, 2, 3, and 4, and we want a total of 16 double crochets. So continue to place 1 double crochet into the magic ring until you have a total of 16 double crochets total. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So far I have a total of 16 double crochets, including the chain 3 at the beginning of the round. Now you're going to have to cross check. Maybe you count from the very last stitch you placed all the way back to the chain 3, or you start from the chain 3 all the way to the last stitch, so that you make sure you don't have any errors. So you're going to pull on the magic ring tail. So when you pull on this tail, you'll notice that you can adjust the magic ring until the middle space is totally closed up, as you can see here. Now we're going to wind up our first round with a slip stitch into the top chain of the chain 3 at the beginning of the round. So you're going to count from the base 1, 2, and 3, and into the top chain you're going to insert your hook and pull through all. So that is a slip stitch in the US terms. So after this you're going to chain 1 and you're going to cut your yarn. Oh my god, I don't know where I've placed my pair of scissors, but I'll just break the yarn. So when you cut your yarn here, you're going to just pull through this, and that will mark the end of round 1. You'll have something like this. Now we're going on to round 2, and round 2 is going to be worked with white color. and I'm going to use 2 strands just like I did for round 1. So you're going to start off with a slip knot. So for a slip knot, you're going to get the end of the end of the yarn and then twist it around like a ribbon, like this, and then insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, but don't let go of this hand, and yarn over, pull through. And then here you can let go of the tail of the yarn and then pull on the tail. So this will give you something that's adjustable, as you can see here. You can pull it up or close up the loop on the crochet hook. So we're going to attach our yarn. You can just maybe put the yarn through and then make a knot. You can attach your yarn in any way that's easy for you, but this is what's easy for me. So after making my slip knot, I'm going to attach my yarn into that stitch where I placed a slip stitch. So the very first stitch of round 1, which was the chain 3. You're going to insert your hook there and attach this second color. So I've chained 1 just to secure my yarn onto the second color. That doesn't count as a chain or a stitch or anything. It was just for attaching the second color. So you're going to make a chain of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. When you have your 7 chains, you're going to go into the 3rd chain from the hook. So we're counting from this one. 1, 2, and into the 3rd, which is this one. You're going to yarn over and place a double crochet into the 3rd chain from the hook. Insert your hook, pull up a loop. You'll have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. I hope you still remember how to make a double crochet. So you're going to double crochet in each of the next 4 chains. 1, 2, 3, and 4. This will bring us back to the body of the round 1. So after this, you will have the chain 2 here at the beginning, and then you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 double crochets. So from here, you're going to skip the next stitch, which is this one, and then go into the next and place a slip stitch. So insert your hook, pull through all, and that's a slip stitch that has been created. This will create our very first petal. So let's go on to the next petal. You're going to make a chain of 7. Make sure your chains are not so tight because we are going to go back on them, placing stitches into them. So after a chain of 7, you're going to go into the 3rd chain from the hook with a double crochet. So we count from this one, 1, 2, and 3. The 3rd one is this one. So you're going to insert your hook after yarning over and place a double crochet and continue to double crochet all the way down, placing 1 double crochet in each of the next chains, like that. And after this, you're going to skip the next stitch and go into the next with a slip stitch, and that creates our second petal. Let me show you one more time. You're going to make a chain of 7, go into the 3rd chain from the hook with a double crochet, and 1 double crochet in each of the next 4 chains. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the moment you place your double crochet in the 4th, you're going to skip 1 stitch and then go into the next with 1 slip stitch. So that's how we create the petals. We are going to go all the way around, and at the end of this, you're going to have a total of 8 petals. So just keep working this again and again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Let me just speed through this so that we can come to the end of the round, and I'll show you how to wind up your round. Alright, now we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 petals. You should be left with only one stitch that's not worked into. So you're going to make your chain of 7. Remember, I told you our goal is to have a total of 8 petals. So make your chain of 7. That means this is the very last petal that we are working. So go into the 3rd chain from the hook with a double crochet, and then double crochet all the way down in each of the next 4 chains. And from here you're going to skip the next stitch, which is the very last stitch, and go into that stitch where you attached your second color. For me that was white. So into that stitch where you attached the white with a slip stitch, you're going to place a slip stitch into that space like that, and then you're going to chain 1 and cut your yarn. I don't know where I placed my scissors, so sorry for breaking the yarn like this, but of course if you're using cotton yarn you can't break yarn like this because it will literally cut your fingers. So this is what you're going to have. So I've gotten a small pair of scissors that we can use for the demonstration. So after your slip stitch and chaining 1 and cutting your yarn, you're going to have a perfect daisy flower like this. And this we're going to weave in all our tails. You can choose to use a darning needle. You can choose to just make a knot at the back, and for my case I'm going to just make 2 knots at the back like that, and then get the next strand and make 2 knots as well. At this point I'm very sure that these strands are secure enough. I can go ahead and cut them like that. Now I have this tail, the one that comes from the magic ring. You can just go ahead and use a darning needle to weave it in. Let me just use this curved one because I feel like the end of this darning needle is a little bit big, so it may open up the stitches. So let me just use this. I got this from a saloon lady, by the way, and I just felt like it was something that could come in handy when I'm working. So the moment I pass the strand through a few stitches, I can go ahead and cut. And this is the back side of our daisy flower, and when you turn it to the right side, this is what we have. So I hope you've learned how to make your little daisy crochet flower. We are going to use this in our next tutorial, and I'll be showing you how to attach it to an actual garment. And yeah, I think you guys I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I'll see you in my next one when we are making use of this beautiful daisy flower to kind of bring life to an already existing crochet project. So I'll see you soon, and thanks for watching. Bye.